Latest football news, engaging debates,
and fascinating opinions.
Pitchside Talk on IO Radio.
Yes, and welcome back to Pitchside Talk here on IO Radio. We're back for another week of football action, aren't we, Dan?
We are indeed.
Yes, we are. Well, before I forget to mention, follow us on our Twitter page, which is Pitchside Talk. Actually, now Pitchside Talk, at Pitchside Talk.
We've changed the handle, have we?
I changed it. Yeah, I know. Crazy old me changed it in the end. Also, if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's talk_pitch. Also, at YouTube, if you want to listen to any of our previous shows. So, Dan, how have you been?
I've been okay. I've been all right. How about you?
I've been all good.
Yeah, I didn't have a great evening yesterday, but we'll get on to that.
We'll get on to that later. Well, Dan, what have we got coming up in the show today?
So we're going to be talking about Ipswich again, as usual. Our weekly talk.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to be talking about the FA Cup. Some interesting games that went on at the weekend in the FA Cup, and also it's nearly the end of the January transfer window, so we're going to have a bit of a chat about the transfers happening at the moment.
We've had some big ones over the last few days. Yeah. Lots of big ones. Ipswich and some other big clubs around the world signed some big players. Stay up to date with the latest footy news.
Pitchside Talk on IO Radio.
Yes, and welcome back to Pitchside Talk here on IO Radio. And now, Dan.
Yes.
It's time to talk about Ipswich Town.
Let's do it.
But we're going to start with Saturday's game. They had 2 games this week.
Yes,
hooray!
More content for us.
I like it when they have 2 games.
Yeah,
but it sort of does spoil what you're right in the first bit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
When they don't do too well in the second half. But let's move to the first game. Ipswich started off a very big week with a victory against Lincoln, sending them to the top of the table.
Yes.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Spoiler alerts at the time. If you don't know, well, I don't know where you've been. But thoughts on the performance, Dan?
Yeah, fantastic performance on Saturday. I think it was a different game to the Accrington game where, the Accrington game we just dominated and won the game basically in the first half. I think this game was a bit more difficult. I think Lincoln have a pretty strong squad. And our history of Lincoln as well, that puts it against us. But, we came out, our passing, especially in the first half, was brilliant. I think, I can't believe how much we played on the ground, to be honest. We never normally actually play that much passing football, but it was brilliant in the first half. We got that goal quite late on, just before half time. So a great way to end the half, and then carried it on in the second half and held on, which is great.
Carried on first half and second half. But Johnson has some really funny.
Yeah.
The last time Ipswich hosted Lincoln at Portman Road in the league was November 1960.
Wow.
When Ipswich won 3-1 and also won Division 2 that season.
Ah, there we go. Yeah. It's an omen.
It is an omen. Very slight omen. But Luke Walden, he scored his first ever goal for Ipswich Town.
He did.
It was a bit of a calamity goal, if I had to sort of say.
Yeah, I don't know. Did it hit the post, I think? And then I think it hit the keeper and then went over the line. I don't know.
I think apparently it hit the post and went in. But I thought initially when I first saw it, he headed it and the goalkeeper just parried it in.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be own goal at first. But
no, he ran off. He celebrated. First ever goal. I couldn't believe it. I was like, first ever?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's mad.
It's been there a long time.
Well, he was on loan most last season, which is a bit weird to think, but
bit weird. But has he now sort of highlighted how important he is for Ipswich's season and also future? If there is a future, there is sort of talks a move away, but Lambert says he's just relaxed. He don't care about the future.
Yeah, I think that's just him. I think he's just a relaxed person. And this shows that he's a very important player to the squad. I think he's had a fantastic season so far. He's been one of the standout players. He's definitely been the best defender in my opinion. Fantastic for him to get his first goal. That'll really boost his confidence if he needs any more confidence, because whenever he's on the ball, he just looks so confident with it. And he's going to have a lot of attention from other clubs. I think in the summer it's going to be very difficult to keep him at the club, I think. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, massive for Ipswich.
Would it be harder if Ipswich don't get promotion?
Yeah, I think it will. I think he's not going to want to... I know this is his home club and he supports Ipswich and all that, but he's not going to want to play League One football for much longer, I don't think. So if anything, it puts more pressure on us to get promoted.
Ooh, it does. And also somebody who had a fantastic game, Luke Garbett, had an absolute stellar game. Assist, key passes, shots everywhere.
Yep.
It looks like a brilliant loan move by Ipswich Town.
Brilliant.
Well, there is talks that his contract is up at the end of the summer with his parent club, Everton.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Ipswich have sort of been thinking, oh, should we do it, should we not? Fans are saying they've got to do it just now. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Get it done, dusted. But do Ipswich stand a realistic chance of getting him at the end of the season? Because this season he's made 22 appearances, 6 goals, 3 assists and 8 clean sheets. And he's been very important, really, since he's come back from injury.
He has, yeah. I like to think that we'll have a chance of signing him, but I know what Ipswich are like. So I do think we do have a chance. You know, it'll be a free transfer, which we should be able to do. I know wages will be a bit... that might be the tricky side of it, but I think we should just do it. Don't you know, when we get to the summer, don't say, oh, should we do it, shouldn't we? I don't know what to do. So I think we should just go in and get him. I know it's late in the January transfer window now, so it will have to be
a summer
buy. But, you know, he's out of contract, so why not try and get him? He might maybe get a bit of... He might go somewhere else. Maybe you'll get Championship clubs looking at him. But if not, I think he's definitely someone we should sign.
But also someone who's out of contract at the end of the season, Will Keane.
Yes.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
he's
so
out of
it's
contract at the
a
end of the
thing.
season.
He only signed a 1-year deal.
I know. He received a standing ovation at the end of the match from the Ipswich Town fans as he subbed off for James Norwood.
Yep.
Should he be offered a contract extension at the end of the season? Considering how well he's played, I know that if you look at the stats, a bit different really. He's only made 20 appearances, 6 goals, 0 assists this season. But should he be maybe considered? He's a good backup option, really.
Yeah. Well, he's not really been backup at the moment. He's been started 3 games in a row now. But yeah, I think he's definitely someone we should give a contract to. I think he's been brilliant this season. I thought he was decent last season as well. I know last season was just a bit of a failure all round, but he was one of the players that I thought was very good. And this season he's been good as well. I think his hold-up play is fantastic. You know, his first touch, I know people comparing it to David McGoldrick, not quite sure about that.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
But, yeah, his first touch is fantastic. And he's someone that I really think we should give a new contract to, because it's a bit weird that we only signed him on a year. I thought it'd have been more than that.
I thought it'd been a year plus 18 months.
Yeah, just
I like that.
Yeah, plus 18 months.
Why don't you just say the 18 months has been added on?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Also, somebody who's speaking about a new contract, there is some rumours flying around about Caden Jackson's only come out a few minutes ago.
That came out today.
Yes, a few minutes ago. Apparently that he's going to be signing a new contract with Ipswich Town. Do you think that's a good move by Ipswich to do that, to ensure that he's going to stay there now for the foreseeable future? He's done well this season. Yeah. And it gets rid of people like Peterborough who are, you know, there are talks of him going there. Yeah,
this is a big move, I think. I think he's been an influential player. I know sometimes he gets a bit of stick from the fans, but I think he's been brilliant since he come in a couple of seasons ago, I think. Last season, I've always liked Jackson since last season, and I think him signing this contract is a really good decision for him, and it stops the interest from teams like Peterborough where, you know, they were interested. So, yeah, good thing for Ipswich.
Good thing. We'll move back onto the Lincoln game. Paul Lambert said after the game, where was the quote? I have the quote here. Here we go. It looks extraordinary turnaround. It's extraordinary the position we are in from where we were relegated last season. It was so tough. So the turnaround has been huge. Do you think that turnaround has been huge? And could you have imagined it, really? Because I remember when you did that massive rant when the Ipswich were relegated back in April.
Yes.
April. Could you have gone, oh yeah, we're going to be this position now?
I think it's pretty hard to say, because I feel at that time I probably didn't think that we had the squad that was able to do it. But as the summer went on, it kind of, you know, the squad strengthened, and my view kind of became, we're definitely good enough to get out of this league. But yeah, I think it's a bit odd for Lambert to come out with this comment, because I think all of our fans expected us to be up there during this season. So, you know, it is a big turnaround, and it's definitely tough for teams to go back up. We've seen it with Sunderland. They couldn't do it first time round. They haven't had a very good start to the season, but they're doing better now. But I think at the start of this season, I think we expected to be up here, and we are. So I guess fair enough, but yeah, would have expected us to be up here.
Would expected. Well, we're now going to move on to yesterday's game. The top two.
Yes.
Rotherham, who are second, only 1 point behind Ipswich.
Yeah. At the time.
Yes, at the time, Ipswich were ahead of them. If Ipswich won, it would have been a 4-point gap.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been, well, quite huge, really, that 4-point gap.
Could have been.
Because with League One, you don't know where it's going to go.
No.
But last night, Ipswich slipped out of the automatic places after losing 1-0 to Rotherham. Very cheap goal to give away.
Yeah.
Very
Very
poor performance. But what are your thoughts on the match and the performance by Ipswich?
Oh, it was so disappointing yesterday. I don't know if you saw my tweets from last night. You can probably tell by the way I'm speaking how angry I was. But the thing, for me, I think if we would have lost that game, but we would have actually put a performance in, I wouldn't have minded as much. But it was the way we played. It was just awful. We didn't... From going from Saturday, where we were passing absolutely brilliantly, to Tuesday with exactly the same team and couldn't string 2 passes together. It's mad how that's happened. And I think the game plan from Lambert was all wrong. I think going into the game, we knew that Rotherham were quite a strong side. They were physical. And
we've seen it before.
Yeah.
At Portman Road, they knocked it completely out of the park.
Yeah, they did. And to go into that game and think we need to play the ball long towards, or try and get Jackson in behind, maybe find Keane. I don't think that was what we needed to do. I think we needed to play to our strengths and play it on the ground. So to keep playing the long ball, it was just frustrating me. Every time we got the ball, we just played it long every time. And, of course, another defensive and goalkeeper mistake cost us the goal. And after that goal went in, I was like, nah, we're not winning this game.
The funny thing is, this is the first time Ipswich has lost to a team twice this season. And the last time they lost to a team twice was Hull.
Yes.
Last season, yeah.
Which I can't remember. Last season's kind of just a blur.
Have you just forgotten about it?
Yeah.
Oh, we should remind you about it. Also, what's quite extraordinary, I actually don't have it written down. I have it somewhere on my phone. I guess use my phone to find it.
That's okay.
Apparently, this season, 21 points in the last 17 games.
Yeah.
It's a bit concerning.
Yes.
Very concerning.
It is concerning. But we're still in a good position, so I don't think we should panic just yet.
Shouldn't panic just yet.
But we'll see.
We'll see. And also, it was actually over a year ago since Ipswich lost on a Tuesday. It was 2-3 to Millwall.
Yeah.
On the first, or New Year's Day, actually.
I think that was the day that we were just like, no, that's it now.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Is it concerning that Ipswich haven't won against the top 9 side this season? I know the top 9 changes all the time in League One, but looking at the top 9 now, they've played 10, 1-0, drawn 7, and lost 3.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it isn't. Yeah, I think that is concerning that we can't beat these teams, and especially as the fixtures coming up. I know we've got Peterborough and Sunderland our next 2 games. We've got Fleetwood coming up. I don't think they're in the top 9
Fleetwood
anymore.
are next month. I'll get the table up actually. You should talk.
Okay. We've also got Oxford. We've got Burton. We've got all of these teams coming up. So it's a tough run of games. So to not being beaten the top 9 is a bit concerning. But saying that, we're in a decent position still. I think we've got a decent squad, and it's still tight, but it looks like there's actually saying that there's not a gap forming at all. I don't know why I was going to say that, but
there's no gap.
I haven't looked at the league table, but yeah, it's quite concerning going into these next few games. But we'll see. I guess we'll see how we go into Saturday. I think if we play like we did yesterday, obviously we're not going to get a result because Peterborough will absolutely destroy us. They've got strikers that can really, really punish you. So I guess we'll see what will happen.
Well, Ipswich suffered some bad news last night after Emmy Hughes went off injured. Somebody who's been really in form this season. He's come back from his knee injury and he's shown to be a very good player in League One. Lambert has said that it is an ankle injury, not his knee, which apparently is a positive. I don't really know if that's a positive, but
I don't know.
How much of a blow is this going to be for Ipswich now? Having him out. Yeah,
that's a big blow. I think since he's come back from injury, he's been fantastic. I think on Saturday he was one of the best players on the pitch. So it's a big blow. I guess we'll see how long this will affect him for. But he's always, since he's come here, he's had these injury problems, and he was out for nearly a season. I think he came back for a couple of games, injured again. So he's just another one of these players that's injury prone that Ipswich have got. So yeah, it's going to be a big blow. But we've got backup. So it's not the end of the world, I don't think.
Not the end of the world. Well, Lambert last night came under some criticism from fans.
Yes.
He was criticised for not rotating his team. Third time we've seen this team out in succession. He actually even commented on the thing, saying, "Everybody's moaning when I rotate. What do you want me to do?"
Yeah, that's
And he
just
laughed
Ipswich
about
fans. Ipswich fans can't be happy about anything.
Yeah. Does it seem like every decision he does is just getting criticised because of the pressure the fans are putting on, that we've got to get out of League One straight away? We can't sort of just go, "Oh, we'll do it in 2 to 3 seasons time." You've got to do it straight away.
Yeah, but I just think our fans need to calm down a little bit. If you look at our form and look at the teams around us, Wickham, they went on a bit of a bad run. They've lost 2 of their last 5. It's one game where we've lost one game out of our last 5, and that was the problem. People were moaning because he wasn't rotating. So when he stops rotating, you can't moan again for doing that, for what you were moaning about before. So I just think our fans just annoy me sometimes. But yeah, that's just the mentality I think that we have, that our fans collectively have this mentality that we're too good for this league and we don't deserve to be here, but we are. So get over it.
Yeah, you just got to do it once you're there. Yeah. Well, Ipswich return home on Saturday for a tough run of matches, starting with Peterborough.
Mm-hmm.
You're going.
Yes.
What's your
indeed.
score prediction for this game? I have to say, the last time Peterborough were at Portland Road, it finished 1-1 in 2012-2013. And DJ Campbell scored that day.
DJ Campbell.
DJ Campbell, what happened to him? I'm not too sure. But what's your score prediction for this match?
I'm going to say 1-1.
Oh,
I don't think we're going to win on Saturday. But draws, I think draw will be a decent result, actually, because we know how good Peterborough can be. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, 1-1 for me.
Oh, well then, I don't know what I'm going to go for, because I'm not going, unfortunately. But when we return, we're going to talk all about the FA Cup, the 4th round, all the controversies. Yes. You disagree with a lot of them.
Pitchside Talk on IO Radio.
Yes, welcome back to Pitchside Talk here on IO Radio. And before I forget to mention, follow us on Twitter, Pitchside Talk, at Pitchside Talk. I get used to saying that. And also for Instagram is talk_pitch.
Yep.
If you want to listen to any of our previous shows, go to our YouTube channel, Pitchside Talk. You can find them all as a podcast. Now, Dan, FA Cup time, 4th round. Whew, where do we start? Where should we start, actually?
I think it's obvious where we need to start.
Okay. Shrewsbury earn a big money replay at Anfield. They surprised Liverpool from coming from 2 goals down to draw 2-2.
Yep.
Jason Cummings, I think so, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Came off the bench. The Joker, don't they call him? The Joker.
I'm not sure.
I think apparently think named the Joker.
Oh, okay.
He came on. He scored 2 goals. One was a penalty. One was a brilliant goal past Adrian. I have to say
that was a good.
That was a good goal. Do you feel that Shrewsbury will feel disappointed not to have won the tie? They had so many opportunities.
Yeah, they did. Maybe they will feel a bit disappointed to just come away with the draw, but I think that they're I don't think they're thinking about that really. I think they got them 2 goals back. They were 2-0 down against Liverpool. They've got that tie at Anfield, so they're just celebrating the moment, I think. So yeah, maybe they do feel a little bit hard done by, but they're happy overall.
They're happy overall. Well, this is why we're talking about this one. Not because they earn a big money replay to Anfield against Liverpool. They call what a Shrewsbury manager called them the champions of the world or something like that. The world champions.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I'm talking about it is because Jurgen Klopp, after the game, confirmed that his first team and him will not be playing the replay, as this match will be replayed on the 4th or the 5th of February. I don't know what day it is yet. It's one of them 2 days.
Yeah.
And the Barclays Premier League... Oh, actually, no, it's the Premier League now, not the Barclays Premier League. I'm old.
No, it isn't.
The Premier League are having a sort of mid-season break from the 2nd of February to the 16th February.
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp said he will not be there, and the kids will be playing with the under-23s managing once again for Liverpool. Do you agree with Jurgen Klopp's decision to not be there himself and the first team? And do you feel that he's maybe disrespecting the cup a little bit?
I think he is disrespecting the club, and I don't agree at all with what he is doing. For me, FA Cup is a part of English football, and it's always been like that. It's always been replays. So if you don't like that, then don't manage in England. That's how I say it. Think about it. That's how it's always been. So if you don't like replays, then you're not going to be able to change the. I know there's this whole talk about, well, replays shouldn't be a thing, and non-league clubs should get. I just don't change it at all. I think for Jurgen Klopp to come out and say it just annoys me that these type of managers come and. I don't think the FA Cup is taken seriously enough anymore. I think before it was, the magic of the cup. FA Cup was something that people wanted to win, but now it's not taken seriously enough. I know Liverpool maybe want to concentrate on the league a bit, but they've already won the league. Let's face it.
Thank you. Thanks for confirming
They've
that.
already won the league, so it just annoys me that. Yeah, fair enough if he wants to play kids, but him not even being there, that's just going too far for me. I think you should want to play every game. Maybe, the schedule is tight, obviously, but it's a break. I think he should be there. That's the end of that. I think he should just definitely be at that fixture.
Well, there has been recently some arguments from managers that the replays should be scrapped. Pep Guardiola's been banging on about it for all the time he's been here, really, scrapping the replays. But he wants to scrap everything. He wants to scrap the Premier League, I think. But also the Oxford manager said about scrapping the replays, which is a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
But then you've got to think the money factor coming into Oxford for having Newcastle away. But
yeah, exactly.
Do you think maybe the replays should be scrapped? And maybe we should have what now the Carabao Cup has, to which they go straight to penalties. We just get it done on the night.
No, I think we should keep replays. One reason is because of non-league clubs. I think if they can get that draw at home against a big side, then that will definitely benefit from them. And the fans will love that, going to a big stadium. I just think that it's always been like that. So why change something when it's working absolutely fine? I think the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, is now something that no one really cares about, except if you get to the final, as we saw with Aston Villa.
Yes, we did.
But that's just something that no one really cares about anymore. It's just sponsorships coming in, but that's fine. But I just think the FA Cup is something that we shouldn't change because it's English.
Yes.
The FA Cup.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
We shouldn't scrap replays.
No.
We should have more replays. Have a replay on top of the replay. Why not? But let's move on to another match happening in the FA Cup. Slaven Bilic returned to the London Stadium for the first time with West Brom after being sacked by West Ham. I think it must have been 3 years ago now. 2 years ago now.
I'll say 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Right.
But he went back with his side, West Brom, and they won. They beat West Ham at 1-0. Are we maybe going to see West Brom back in the Premier League in the near future after this sort of result? They're beating Premier League teams. They're doing all right in the Championship.
Yeah.
Could we possibly see them back this season?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a big chance that they'll get promoted. Slaven Bilic is a great manager. The end of his career at West Ham didn't go brilliantly, but when he first joined, West Ham looked like they were going to challenge for Europe in that season. I can't remember what season it was, but they did brilliantly under Slaven Bilic. So they've got a great manager. They went off the top of the league yesterday, I think, because Leeds beat Millwall.
Okay.
But they've got a great side, so I think it's definitely possible that they're gonna come up to the Premier League, and it'll be good to see them back in the Premier League, won't it? They've been Premier League outfit for quite a while before they got relegated a couple of seasons ago. So yeah, it'll be good for them to be back in the Premier League.
Be good to see him back. Well, West Ham, another awful performance. Also, it's the third time in a row they've exited out of the 4th round of the FA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking good for West Ham this season. They're involved in a relegation battle. It doesn't look too good, but David Moyes, does he have enough to motivate his players? I know it's only the Cup that he's in, but he played a lot of first-team members.
Yeah.
Does that maybe show that West Ham might be playing Championship football next season if they're not putting a performance in against a Championship side.
Yeah, this probably gives them quite a. I don't know. It's a tough thing to speak about because obviously this is a cup game, so the players are going to think, this doesn't affect our league position, blah blah blah. But it does affect what happens. I think this was a test for them to see how they can perform against a Championship club, a good Championship club, mind you. But yeah, it was a poor performance, and it's going to be a massive job for David Moyes. He already had a tough job when he came in, so for them to stay up, I think they've definitely got enough to stay up. Obviously, there's no doubt in that, but it's going to be a massive, massive task for David Moyes this season. And could we be seeing Championship football at the London Stadium? That'd be mad.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah, it would be brilliant.
Imagine the away day.
Yeah.
Like for fans, they would sell out the whole blooming stadium.
Yeah, they would. Well, if Ipswich are away to London Stadium, we'd sell it all out.
I wonder. I'm looking at you. You're going straight away to that.
Can you see the glint in my eye?
I can see it. No way you put them in your relegation battle this season.
No.
Well, we're going to now move on to the 5th round draw. The draw was made on Monday.
Yes.
And the first team to start off with is Sheffield Wednesday, sorry.
Controversy.
Sheffield Wednesday have drawn a Manchester City. And the last time they played Man City, they lost 2-1 in 14-15.
Yep.
Sheffield Wednesday have never beaten Man City in 3 times in the FA Cup. Who are you thinking is going to go for on this one, Dan?
Who do you think?
Sheffield United.
No, I think Man City would beat Wednesday. And are we going to talk about this whole thing that Man City just get easy teams in the FA Cup?
Yes, but they're actually away this time, not at home.
Not at home.
Not at
So,
home.
yeah, but Man City, I think, will win that game.
Man City win. Well, the next draw was Reading or Cardiff versus Sheffield United, actually, this time.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be playing Sheffield United in the next round, and who will win?
I'm going to say Cardiff are going to beat Reading.
Okay, Cardiff's going to beat Reading.
Yep. And then I think that Sheffield United will win the next round.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I should have talked to the mic there. I'm trying to write this down because I forgot to write it down last time.
Yeah.
The last time Reading played Sheffield United in the FA Cup, they won 4-0 in 12-13.
But then Sheffield United were probably in League One at the time.
I think they were, and Maguire must have been playing for them as well, so they might not have been good. Also, Sheffield United beat Cardiff back in 03-04, winning 1-0. The next game is Chelsea versus Shrewsbury or Liverpool.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to be playing Chelsea away, and who is going to win?
I think Shrewsbury have a chance. It's going to be an interesting game. It really is. But I think Liverpool youngsters, they performed so well in their last game. That was against Everton. Of course it was. So I think that Liverpool are going to get through. But I think Chelsea are then going to beat Liverpool in the next round. Because I just think in the next round, Klopp's not going to take it seriously again.
We might this time. We
Maybe.
never know.
No, I'm going to say Liverpool to win the replay and then Chelsea to go through.
Okay, and also a fun fact is the last time Chelsea played Shrewsbury was 2002 and 2003. Lampard played that day. Jody Morris scored that day as well when Chelsea won 4-0. And also Chelsea lost in the 6th round to Arsenal, who went on to win the competition that year.
Okay, so you got another one of these.
I've got one, and I've got so many
rumours things.
I've missed one actually on the running order. I'm really annoyed I missed one. And also the last time Chelsea played Liverpool was 11-12 when they won 2-1 in the final. Andy Carroll scored that day. Andy Carroll, what a player he was. Next match is West Brom versus Newcastle or Oxford. Who's going to be playing West Brom in the next round, and who's going to win?
Newcastle, I think, are going to beat Oxford. Oxford did well to get the replay, but it's going to be tough for them. I think Newcastle go through, and I think Newcastle win the next round as well.
Ooh.
I think
that's interesting.
Yeah, West Brom.
Why did you say that?
West Brom, well, they did well against West Ham, but West Ham are not in great form at the moment. But Newcastle, they're doing well in the Premier League at the moment. They're on a run at the moment, really. They're mid-table, I think. I can't remember what position they are. I'm not great with the Premier League table, I have to say.
You talk and I'll get it up.
But I think they're just going to have too much quality for West Brom in the end. I think, West Brom have a good team, but I think Newcastle will do them at the Hawthorns. I guess we'll see. I'll probably be wrong, but
Newcastle are 14th as we currently speak.
So mid-table.
They are 7 points above the relegation zone.
So it's closer than I thought.
Close enough.
But there you go.
The next match is Leicester City versus Coventry City or Birmingham City. In other words, Leicester versus the tenants or the landlords. Who's going to be playing who and who's going to win?
Right. I think Birmingham will go through against Coventry. I say that Birmingham are at home, but they were at home last time as well. Or home/away, if you want to say that. But I think Birmingham are going to go through, and then Leicester will probably go beat Birmingham in the next round.
Oh. Well, they struggled last night against Villa.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. The next match is Northampton Town versus, or Wayne Rooney's Derby versus Manchester United. Who's going to be playing who and who's going to win?
Just because I really, really want to see it, I'm going to say Northampton are going to go through.
Not Wayne Rooney's Derby? Oh.
So rigged, the draw, isn't it? Of course, Derby get drawn against United. Who would have thought that would happen?
Have you heard about, before we just move on, have you heard about that rumour? Apparently Wayne Rooney's going to be going back to Manchester United.
Yes, I have heard that rumour.
I've heard this rumour as well. I hope it doesn't happen.
No. But yeah, I'm just going to say Northampton go through because I don't want Derby to go through.
Okay.
And then Man United win the next round.
Oh, I got really excited there.
All right, should I say Northampton or beat both of these two?
I got really excited. The next match is Southampton or Tottenham versus Norwich. Who's going to playing Norwich and who's going to win?
Oh, Tottenham are going to be playing Norwich, I think. And then Tottenham are going to beat Norwich.
Oh, interesting. And then finally, the final match of the FA Cup 5th round, Portsmouth versus Arsenal. Who's going to win? This is actually kind of a tough one, I have to say. A little bit.
I am going to say Portsmouth.
Really?
Because I really want to see an upset in that game. I think it'll be fantastic to see Portsmouth go through to the 5th round. You know, they won it, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They weren't favourites to win it, obviously. I think that was in 2008, maybe.
Yes, and then 2 years later they made the final game.
Yes, they did. Yeah. So yeah, it would be good to see them get through to the next round.
Ironically, losing to Chelsea. So ironically, they lost to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Also, that when they last played Portsmouth, Arsenal won 5-1 in 03-04. Then they lost to Manchester United in the semi-finals, and then Manchester United won it.
Okay, so Man United are going to win the FA Cup.
Well, just believe what you think, really. I've got all these tangents I go on, so why not? When we come back, we're going to be talking about transfers. We've got transfers happening everywhere.
The best place in Ipswich to hear the latest football debates, Pitchside Talk on IO Radio.
Yes, that is right. The best place in Ipswich to hear all the latest footy debates, Pitchside Talk on IO Radio. And Dan, it's time for transfer news.
It is.
We haven't done one until this window because we had so much to talk about. But we actually have some news now. We have some big news. If you're a Tottenham fan,
yes,
2 bits of Tottenham news. Christian Eriksen, he's finally left Tottenham, completing his move to Inter Milan for, I heard, 16 million.
Yeah, bargain.
16 million, but apparently he's getting paid over 300 grand per week.
Wow.
Rumouredly, this is all rumours, but do you feel that he's made the right move going to Inter Milan? Inter Milan signed a lot of people this window. They signed Ashley Young. Lots of big names are going there.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw this, I wasn't quite sure. I think he probably could have gone somewhere better than Inter Milan. But, you know, Conte's doing okay there. He's getting the... I think he's missing the Premier League a bit. He's just signing a load of Premier League players.
Yeah.
But
no wonder he wants Giroud so much.
But, yeah, I think maybe Eriksen... I think he's better than Inter Milan. But, you know, they're a good side. So, yeah, I think with if he's got that wage, then he's going to be happy playing there, isn't he?
Yes. Do you think this season stats of 28 appearances, 3 goals and 3 assists sort of reflect sort of the bad mood he's been in about not getting the move in the summer?
Yeah, I think it does affect a player when he doesn't actually want to be there. So, yeah, his stats have taken his performances have taken a hit because of that, I think. But he'll probably be happy now that he's started somewhere else. He's got a new challenge, and I think he'll do well at Inter Milan. I think he's a quality player. There's no doubt about that. So I think he'll succeed at Inter Milan.
Yeah, I actually put a poll about this, and 78% of people said yes, he will succeed at Inter Milan, and 22% said no. Thank you to the 460 people that voted. You're probably not listening, but thank you very much.
22% of Tottenham fans.
Yeah, probably. But do you think he'll be missed at Tottenham? He's been there since 2013. He was part of the Gareth Bale sign everybody sort of era. He made 305 appearances, 69 goals, and 89 assists. Do you think he'll be missed there?
Yeah, I think he'll definitely be missed there. I think the way he's been treated over the last year or so, it's not been great. But I think he's been such an influential player to Tottenham. I've been there since 2013. He was with them during the period where they started, fighting for the top four again. So I think he'll definitely be missed there. And yeah, we'll see how they do without him.
We'll see how they do without him. Well, a few minutes after Christian Eriksen's departure was confirmed by Tottenham and Inter Milan, Tottenham confirmed a few minutes later that Lo Celso, who they had on a loan move from Real Betis, has now been made permanent at Tottenham, staying until 2025.
Mm-hmm.
A long time. Do you think Tottenham made the right move? And will he fill Eriksen's boots? His shoes, really. It's a big sort of position to fill.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision for them to do that. I know that him and Eriksen are kind of different types of players, but he's done okay since he's come in. I think he's shown what he can do. So I think it was definitely a good decision to sign him on a permanent. But as you said, it's big shoes to fill. So he's got quite a big task if he wants to, be as influential as Eriksen was. But I guess we'll see, because he is a quality player. So give him the benefit of the doubt at the moment.
Yeah, well, he's made 20 appearances this season, 2 goals, 0 assists, but played 900 minutes, which is he's done quite well because he did come in with a hip injury.
Yeah.
Which sort of did put him off a little bit of the backbone with Pochettino. Pochettino didn't get to see much of him, really.
No, he didn't. No.
Mourinho sort of seen him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Do you think Mourinho's now got? Do you think he's in Mourinho's plans now? He's got somebody who's his own. He's his own player now, not Poch's players.
No,
he's got one of his own.
Yeah, I think so. Well, he's definitely in Mourinho's plans, I think. Otherwise, he wouldn't have signed this contract. So, it's a good thing for him to, be trusted by the manager. And he's shown that he can be a decent player, and I think he'll do well with Spurs permanently. But it's good to be in Mourinho's plans, I think.
It's good to be in Mourinho's plans. Well, now moving on to Ipswich Town. We have 2 bits of Ipswich Town transfer news.
Yes.
Well, transfer talk, really. One of them that actually is a bit of news. Millwall yesterday confirmed that Biakowski, who's on loan from Ipswich Town, the move has now been made permanent. I think it's more of we're just waiting for it to be confirmed. It's sort of been a bit like, is it going to happen? Is it not?
Yeah.
Were you expecting this move to happen now?
Yeah, I was expecting the move to happen this transfer window. It's obvious that he doesn't want to be at Ipswich anymore. He's enjoying it at Millwall. I think he's got his form back on track. He had a pretty poor season last year. Now he's happy at Millwall. So I think this move was inevitable, really. But I do think I think Millwall have got a bargain, really. They signed him for just under $1 million. So I think he's definitely worth more than that if he's on form. We got a bid for him a couple of years ago from Birmingham for $2.5 million, and everyone's like, definitely not enough, and we rejected it. So for him to go now for just under $1 million, that's quite mad, really.
It is mad.
But he wants to go, so we're always going to accept a bid for him.
We've made 27 appearances this season and 7 clean sheets he has made, but it's sad to see him go.
Yeah,
but
it is sad to see him because he's been such a good player for us,
yes,
and the fans have loved him, so it's definitely sad to see him go.
I love them. Do you think the funds will be invested into new players? I know Lambert said that we will not get the money, but do you think that Ipswich might make somebody before the end of the transfer window?
I can't see it before the end of the transfer window. We've seen this before when we have hope that we've actually got money to spend, and we just don't. January transfer windows for Ipswich are just a bore, really.
Well,
it's just not a good time.
Well, speaking of January transfer windows, there's a rumour floating about that Blackpool are ready to offer Ipswich Town a lot of money for John Noland. John Noland's sort of been in and out of the Ipswich Town team quite recently. Picked up a knock, been in and out. But what are your thoughts on this rumour?
I can't see it happening. I don't think there's really anything in it. It's just, links at the moment, really. They do look like they want to spend money for him, but it's getting close to the end of the transfer window now, so I can't see it happening, to be honest.
Can't see it happening. Well, but if Blackpool do make the offer, will Ipswich maybe consider it? Sort of with the midfield options Ipswich have got, they've got such a competitive midfield now.
Yeah, they have.
But do you think maybe because Emmy Hughes is now injured that Ipswich will go, yeah, we need to keep him now?
Yeah, I think that may be a factor, but I know what Ipswich. I think if Blackpool did come in with a significant bid, then we would probably accept it. I think he's been a great player for us, but I do think we'd probably try and cash in on him. But right now, as you said, Hughes is injured, so I think that at this moment in time, we probably shouldn't look to be letting him go at this moment in time.
Okay, wow, that is some interesting thoughts from Dan there on the transfers for Ipswich Town and Tottenham. When we come back, we might do a little footy roundup because we actually have a little bit of time spare for once. Oh my God!
Pitchside Talk, footy debate from the Premier League Outback.
Yes, that's right. Pitchside Talk from the Premier League Outback. We need to really change that.
Still the Premier League Outback.
Yes, it is. Well, before we go, we're going to do a little quick footy roundup. Before I forget to mention, last night Aston Villa beat Leicester City to qualify for the League Cup a decade.
Yeah.
Trezeguet, as somebody said online, scored the 93rd minute winner, sending Aston Villa through 2-1 against Leicester. So they'll be playing against Manchester United or Manchester City.
Yes, they will.
Interesting.
Big result.
Well, we all know they'll be playing anyway. Also, Ipswich Town ladies drawed Manchester City ladies in the FA Cup 5th round.
Yes,
the lowest ranked side will be travelling to the Etihad campus.
And I think they're defending champions as well of the Women's FA Cup, Man City.
Yeah, they are. So,
wow,
interesting
massive game.
Massive game. Well, Dan, we're at the end of the show. We are at the end of the show. We're actually on time for once. No extra time needed for once. Something's not right. I was going to say something's not right. We're actually on time. Well, I just want to say thanks for listening to the show. Make sure if you want to follow us on Twitter, it is talk_pitch. Oh my God, that's Instagram. That's Instagram. No. Sorry. Twitter is Pitchside Talk. If you want to find us on YouTube, Pitchside Talk, you can listen to all our pro shows, even last week's.
Yes.
Where Ipswich were winning. I know, did they win?
Yeah,
they won. You can listen
to Sandy Tranmere.
Sandy Tranmere. Good old Sandy Tranmere's making a comeback. So make sure you listen to all our previous shows, and we'll see you next week when Ipswich are playing one game next week.
Yeah, only one game next week.
Yeah, we'll see you then, and ciao.
See ya.
The whistle has been blown for full time. Tune in next week for another jam-packed show.